moving on with my day. What's up? You here to debate?
Yes.
All right. What's your name, age, and pronouns?
My name is Josh. I'm 19 and my pronouns are a he.
Okay. What are you here to talk about?
Communism really. So I'm currently year one Oxford economics. I've actually never
Cool.
debated a communist. I've debated some third way socialists, but none of them said communism is better than capitalism. So shall I start off or shall you?
Sure. Go ahead.
Well, if communism promises equality and prosperity, why have every single example constantly failed and led to oppression and economic failure?
So, one, communism doesn't promise prosperity. Nobody can promise prosperity because nobody can predict the future. We don't know if like a natural event will happen that will like destroy crops. We don't know any of these things. Like when we look at like, for an example, even though the USSR was not communist, when we look at the USSR, they faced two of their three famines were due to like severe weather issues and like crops not growing. So that's one. Two, the reason why communism has not worked is because the United States has systemically gone in and destroyed any country that's even remotely moved to a socialist experiment. The reason why they've done this is because they have a vested interest in keeping capitalism going, and we can see this when we look at the way the United States has like destroyed Latin America, the way they've destroyed the global South, things like that.
You mentioned the United States a lot, but there has been communist examples before the creation of the United States, like the Middle East. And
Okay.
with the Soviet
We also
Union,
if we also have like indigenous tribes, but they were wiped out by colonialism. So
I mean, there were powerful countries who promised communism, but they failed dramatically. Right. You mentioned the Soviet Union. The main reason the Soviet Union collapsed was because they didn't have a free market. They didn't have a supply and demand analysis of what's going on. They had millions. I think it
this
was
is this is false, by the way.
okay. They had millions of they had a population of millions. However, the resources could not be reallocated efficiently.
They
That's
were
what led to
they were allocated
economic collapse.
efficiently. They actually were. If we look at the Soviet Union in the late '70s, early '80s, we actually see that the Soviet Union people in the Soviet Union were eating. So this would be the resource food, one of the resources that are necessary to keep a country going. They were eating the same caloric diet as the United States was. They were actually eating more nutritious diets. Right. When we look at their allocation of water, they were allocating water just fine. So they were allocating crops, food, water. Like the problem with the Soviet Union is that they were infiltrated basically from inception by by the United States, specifically the United States military, and propagandized, and that is what led to their downfall. Specifically, the backing of capitalists within the USSR to put a strain on an already strained economy, and then following that up with like shock therapy treatments to the economy, which like fucked it over.
Um, what was I think? What I was thinking of then? Do you know how? Do you know the population increase percentage on the start of it?
Don't know the population increase around the start of the Soviet Union.
On the start, Stalin, yes, a
Under Stalin,
percentage.
I don't know it off the top of my head. No.
It was 1%, and that was terrible. 1% is horrible.
Why is that an issue?
To maintain a country needs population increase, population growth, because of the famines, because of communism. Nothing was growing, nothing was working, nothing was innovated.
Yeah,
The
but what time frame are you looking at?
well,
What time frame are you looking at a population of the population?
mainly by the 60s and 70s.
Okay, but what you're looking at the 60s and 70s to look at Stalin's numbers? Why aren't we looking at earlier Stalin numbers and how he
That's
increased the
another example.
population?
That's another example because of Stalin. Um, yeah, it was 1.25%, I believe, and those were horrible numbers for a country. And I believe in the same time period, in the United States, it was 10% possibly.
Yeah, the Soviet Union, I mean, I just looked it up, except under wartime periods and famines, they grew by 2 million people each year. In fact, between 1940 and 1950, they saw a population increase by 10%. Or
What
urban
time period
population
did you say?
increased by early population increased by 10%. I'm sorry.
What time period was that?
Here's a better question. What did the USSR do for life expectancy? Because we can talk about population increases all the time, but look at pre-USSR. Look at the pre-USSR when we look at those countries. Before the Bolshevik Revolution, their life expectancy was like 35. Nobody was living long enough for the reason why.
Today?
In fact, the reason why we probably saw a decrease in population growth is people were living longer, so they didn't need to have kids as quickly as possible. Like before, they were living longer.
Would you agree that
USSR? Go ahead.
so the collapse of the Soviet Union? Do you agree with me that it's because of economics?
I'm sorry, say that again.
The collapse of the Soviet Union. Do you agree with me because of economic stability that led to the collapse?
Yeah, I'd say economic stability played a role, but the economic stability crumbled because of a subset of capitalists whose goal was to destroy the economy of the Soviet Union so they could take over.
And do you agree that communism leads to stagnation?
No. No, you've given me one example. You've given me like one example and said this is proof that communism leads to stagnation. No.
So explain to me how stagnation was created.
What? The USSR probably faced stagnation for a litany of reasons. Again, they were constantly at war. Like literally for like most of the existence of their country, they were at war. Soldiers were dying. And two, they experienced 3 major famines. 2 of which again were due to like weather issues. Right? So like, yeah, it doesn't surprise me that their population was decreasing.
No, it was mainly decreasing because of food shortages. Because
famines, like I just said. Wait, I just said famines. But if we're going to sit here and we're going to go, well, communism always leads to depopulation. Why did that not happen under Mao's China? China doubled in population under Mao. You're giving one example and you're going, well, this is proof that this does this, and it doesn't. You're not able to correlate this data to communism. Why did indigenous tribes in the United States or Turtle Island? Hold on. Why did indigenous tribes up until them getting hold on. Why did indigenous tribes up until they got genocided, why were they consistently increasing in population if communism doesn't work?
Indigenous tribes were not communists, mainly.
What is communism? Like how do Marx and Engels define communism?
The public controls most of the sectors, essentially.
No, communism is just the complete abolition of private property, which indigenous tribes had no concept of private property to begin with. This is why Marx and Engels studied indigenous tribes to come up with communism.
Well, I must say, my definition was totally right. The property and sectors were controlled by the community and the public. So
you're missing half of the context here. It's private property. It's not just property in general. It's private property, which would be the means of production.
Property. All property.
Not all property.
Yes, all property.
No, not all property. No, it's not.
It is all property.
It is not. It is not. Engels. Do I need to pull up the quote? Engels is very specific which property it is.
I'll quickly give a search for you.
I don't. Hold on. I don't even need to. Property. No, it doesn't. Where is it? The distinguishing feature of communism is not the abolition of property generally, but the abolition of bourgeois property. This is a quote directly from the Communist Manifesto. So you're wrong.
Which
you're
manifesto?
wrong. Literally the manifesto of the Communist Party. The manifesto of the Communist Party by Marx. Literally this. It is in the book, in my hand. It's literally this, homie. Please. Again, it's not about abolishing all property. That's not a thing. It's about abolishing the bourgeois property, which would be private property, which is the means of production. Just admit you didn't read the Communist Manifesto, which is fine, but I don't know why people are arguing it.
Economy.
Is it the entire property of the economy? Sure. Yeah, duh, sure.
Mixing up words here.
Who's making up words?
Let's stay on topic.
What are you talking about? Who's making up words?
Let's stay on topic.
This is the topic. What do you mean?
Someone in chat just messaged that which manifesto. Well, there's a lot of manifestos. There's UK communism, which is very different to you. America communism.
Bro, you were talking about Stalin.
Communism.
Stalin followed Lenin, who followed Marx.
I didn't bring up Stalin. I brought him up as an example to.
I didn't bring up Stalin. I just brought him up.
I didn't. No, I brought up Stalin's communism as an example to resources. I'm not bringing him up generally. I didn't study USSR history. I'm talking about.
I know.
Economics growth.
When we're talking about communism, typically we're going to be going over Marx and Engels theories. If you want to go over somebody else's theories, bring up that person, but you didn't. You're just asking broad level communist questions, which means that we're going to go broad level to Marx and Engels.
You believe in prosperity and growth, right?
I believe in prosperity. I don't necessarily care about growth.
You just said communism does not contain prosperity, but that's okay.
What?
So I believe in liberal economics. General. Okay, what's up with you now?
I don't know what you're talking about.
So at the start, you said communism does not contain prosperity.
I said it's not. That? Wait, no. There's a difference between I think we can be prosperous and whether or not communism is talking about like being prosperous. Those are two different things. You asked what I believe in, not what is communism.
Well, it's not possible for communism to be prosperous.
Based on what?
Based on innovation and growth.
Based on what?
Innovation and growth.
There is no innovation. Wait, again, we just talked about how the USSR they innovated and industrialized faster than any nation ever did. What do you mean?
Okay, in communist systems, I'm not sure if you know, but in communist systems, they suppress innovation.
Name a communist system that suppresses innovation. Name one. And name the innovation that they suppressed.
A communist system.
Name a communist system that suppressed innovation.
The communist system of the USSR.
What innovation did they suppress? They innovated and went to space. They innovated when they created pesticides to help them grow crops. What did they suppress?
The flow of money.
That's not innovation.
It's an idea that creates innovation. You can't have innovation without the flow of money. You can't have anything without
sorry, when we created the wheel, so that when we innovated as people and created the wheel so we could move things quicker, did we need money to do that?
Absolutely. We need money for markets.
We needed money when we invented the wheel? You think the wheel was invented with money?
You're getting mixed up with invented and innovation and production.
What do you think innovation is?
The production of goods. Okay.
Innovation is just blanket when we make a good?
There is a difference between innovation and invented.
Yes. What is innovation? That's what I asked you.
The creation and production of goods and products.
No, just creating things is not innovating. That would just be inventing. Just creating stuff is just inventing the things. What does it mean to innovate?
The creation of something.
No,
Literally the creation of something.
no.
Thomas Edison invented the light bulb. He invented the light bulb. Okay, understand? In the development of an iPhone right now, which is existing, is an innovation.
When's the last time we innovated the iPhone?
The new one, last one, iPhone 15. But I'm sure you don't have to be a sure communist.
I'm sorry. Can you tell me what innovation happened between the iPhone 14 and 15? How did we innovate those two products?
Innovation is built upon existing technologies. Do you understand? Okay, a touchscreen and mobile communication.
The 14 had a touchscreen, the 15 has a touchscreen. So where's the innovation?
Touchscreen and mobile communication are examples. Bringing together is an example of an assembly line, which leads to innovation. Do you understand?
Again, where's the innovation? You don't know what innovation means, homie.
Okay, invention is the creation of something that's entirely new. Thomas Edison with the
iPhone 15 is not new. It's just another iPhone.
Whilst innovation involves improving existing concepts. You understand?
Okay, what was improved between the 14 and the 15?
Okay, you're just getting off topic here.
There ain't no fucking way, bro.
Give me one system.
There ain't no fucking way. Hold on.
Can you name me one example of a
Hold on. Shut up. We need to do this really quickly. No.
Optimism.
No. We need to do this really quickly.
I haven't got time.
Can you see the screen? Yeah, you're gonna have to make time. Can you see the screen? You can see the screen. I have an iPhone. Here's my iPhone. It's the 14. You said innovating is improving upon. And when I asked you for examples of stuff being innovated on, you said, well, we have the iPhone 15. That's an innovation. What was innovated between the iPhone 14 and the iPhone 15?
I don't fucking know. The components. That is such an off-topic
What
answer.
components, bro?
iPhones now.
What components? Just admit you don't know what you're talking about. Please. It's so much simpler.
Do you want to admit that you got the definitions of innovation and inventing wrong? I know they sound similar.
You said innovation was creating products and services. You said that. I never gave a definition of innovation. I never gave the definition for innovate. I never gave one. Only you did.
No, you thought inventing and innovation was
No, I didn't. No, I fucking didn't. You said, holy shit, bro. Holy shit. Chat. I need chat. Listen, bro. Listen, I'm going to give you one chance here to continue this conversation. You have one chance. One.
What's up?
You have one chance, bro. Who said that innovating was creating goods and services?
It's part of the definition, yes. Maybe I did.
Chat, all we've proven here is that this guy is an idiot.
That guy in the comment, you're so...
Jesus. Fuck. Thank you for the Cash App. Peyton said, this dude goes to Oxford? There's no way. No way. Impossible. Impossible. That guy does not go to Oxford.